and Jessica Groves, case number 19 CR 586 A and V. Counsel had indicated during the recess before the jury's brought down they wish to make a couple motions. Mr. Tiemann, Ms. Scott, Mr. Stratton, who wants to go first?
I'll go, Your Honor. State of Ohio would move for separation of witnesses. State would ask that lead detective Jody Conkle be permitted as representative of the state sit at council table for the entire proceedings. The state of Ohio would make sure all other witnesses that it intends to call would be outside the presence of the court.
Ms. Scott?
Your Honor, in behalf of the defense, we would concur with that motion, and we would ask that the witnesses be separated that do intend on testifying in this matter or have a potential of testifying in this matter. Thank you. And we would obviously allow the state representative from the law enforcement.
Mr. Stratton?
We also concur, Your Honor.
Motion for separation of witnesses will be granted. Detective Conkle will be allowed to remain in as a representative of the investigating agency. We'll direct counsel to police this order. I don't know who your witnesses are, so I will ask at this time, are there any witnesses, anyone in the back of the courtroom that anticipates being called to testify in this matter? No one, it is indicated they are. We'll direct counsel for both the state and the defense to police that and make sure if any potential witnesses do come into the courtroom that that's brought to the court's attention immediately. Mr. Tiemann, did you have any other motions?
None from state, Your Honor.
Ms. Scott?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, although we did participate in a very meaningful jury selection yesterday, we would at this time, in light of the event that the majority of the individuals that we questioned yesterday, and I believe there was approximately 63 individuals that we questioned, almost all, not everyone, almost all expressed that they had either read or discussed or heard about this matter through some form of media or discussion with a family member. We would ask at this time, in light of the event that this jury is predisposed and may have formed opinions in this matter that they cannot set aside, we would ask for a change of venue at this time. Thank you.
Given my understanding of the case law on this, Ms. Scott, do you have anything, case law or authority to support that motion?
Your Honor, at this time we would not have any supporting case law or documentation for that.
Mr. Stratton?
Your Honor, we'll join in that motion with Attorney Scott.
Mr. Tiemann, Ms. Hutchinson, whoever wants to respond.
Yes, Your Honor. If it please the court, a selection of jury is based on Criminal Rule 18b, which means upon the motion of any party or upon its own motion, the court may transfer an action when it appears that a fair and impartial trial cannot be held. The state would submit that we've seated a fair and impartial jury. We went through a robust jury selection yesterday. Change of venue is not required merely because of pretrial publicity. If a juror can lay aside his impression or the opinions and render a verdict based on the evidence presented in court, that's a standard. The jury was questioned significantly in regard to that, both on the record here in front of the court, as well as for those that wanted more privacy from the other jurors up at the bench. We've had extensive arguments, we've had extensive discussions, took a day to select the jury. Based on that, the state of Ohio submits that change in venue is not warranted. Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, we had a full day of jury selection yesterday. The jury was seated in this matter. The jurors and the 4 alternates that were seated in this matter, some of them, most of them, had indicated that they had heard something about this case before. Some of them indicated they had not before they arrived here yesterday. All of the jurors that were selected, as did the alternates, indicated that they, my recollection, indicated that they believed the more reliable way to obtain information would be to hear it firsthand and not rely on media accounts or Facebook or the internet or what their particular source of that information was. They've also all indicated that if they were chosen, they could base their decision solely on the evidence and testimony presented in the courtroom, put aside what they had learned, to whatever extent that was, to each individual juror from other sources, and that they would be fair and impartial to both sides, and they indicated they could follow the law as instructed by the court. So at this time, the motion for change of venue will be denied. Anything further, Ms. Scott?
No, Your Honor, not at this time. Thank you.
Stratton?
No, Your Honor.
Court is recessed. Mr. Bryant, once the jurors are ready and the court reporter's ready, I'll be ready to go ahead and bring them down.
Just checked a few minutes ago, we're still waiting on